Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. How's everybody doing today? Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Um, like I said, I can't give a time as to when I'm going to be here, so um, just bear with me because everything's a little crazy this week. So just bear with me. Thank you for being here. So happy Wednesday to everybody. I hope you all are doing well. And thank you for sharing these videos. Thank you, new subscribers. I appreciate you guys very much. And thank you for hanging out with me. And as we are on this channel, as you guys come to this channel, especially the newcomers, this is a no judgment zone. And no one should feel uncomfortable here because we're here to help everyone. And we talk about healing, grief, and sometimes I use illustrations, personal examples without giving too much details, and metaphors of situations to help other people because I've been there, people, I've been there. And I want to help other people just through my own personal experiences as to what I have done in order to help get myself up from anxiety, grief, trauma, negativity, depression, all those things I've been through. And we talk about it. And perhaps what I say on this channel by sharing some examples can help you. Perhaps it resonates with you and you can try to apply that into your own situations. And that's the key goal here to help other people. And I turn to God. God has helped me, and I've made vows to God, a few, and I keep those vows. And as I take those steps, as I talk about in other videos, God take 2 and 3 steps to help me, and I'm so grateful for that. So I hope everyone's doing good today. I can't promise what time I can be here, but I'm here now. I went to the gym earlier, and it's like I'm really trying to do this, not every day, but a couple of times a week. And I just time myself because I'm trying to do better with time management with everything going on in my life right now. And, it helps because it makes me feel better. When I first started about a month and a half ago, and I don't, it's funny because I just, when you haven't been to the gym in a long time and you haven't exercised or worked out in a while, I felt it the first couple of times. I could barely, I was on the elliptical and I could barely do it the first couple of times, but it's getting easier as I keep going, and it applies to everything in life, like when you first start a new job or you start school, college or whatever it is, or a class that you're taking, whatever. But as you get into the routine of doing it, because in the beginning it's hard as hell, but as you continue to go through the routine, it feels a little bit easier. It starts to feel a little bit easier, as you go along. And then you start to become proud of yourself that you never gave up. That's how it is with this healing journey. It's always something new to learn. And be proud of yourself as you keep moving forward because you're going to fall down a few times. I fall down and then I get back up again. And, I stay in prayer with God, asking Him to help me as I do so because, I'm human, just like everybody else. And what happens, some days we feel good and we're ready to go, and other days we just feel like we can't get anything accomplished. And I have those days as well. And what helps is music. Lots and lots of music, a playlist of my favorite songs. So that might help somebody who's listening, that might resonate with you well. With you as well, is what I meant to say. Because music can change that mood, especially when you feel down and depressed and you just can't seem to get anything right. Um, because I have days like that too. So the music helped to change the mood, to uplift it, keep the vibrations high. So that might help somebody who's listening. Keep in mind, people, I'm not a therapist of any kind. I'm not a social worker. I don't have a degree in that category. I'm someone who's gone through a lot of grief, trauma, pain, depression, and I talk about ways how I uplifted myself out of it with the help of God. So whatever resonates here, take that and see if you can apply it in your own situations. Because we're here to talk about it and help others so that you guys can feel better and grow. And when you feel better, you do better. And then you can really say, hey, I'm really proud of myself that I never gave up. Just don't give up. You're going to have days where you may not get anything accomplished. Then the next day, just get right back up. Just never give up on yourself because the investment is in you. And that should be a priority always, especially when you have gone through trauma and grief and depression, all the negative stuff here. So let's jump right into it. The topic of discussion today is never allow anyone to disrupt your inner peace. Never allow anyone to disrupt your inner peace. I always make some notes here because you know how you get these ideas? Sometimes something comes to you, and for me, if I don't write them down, then I lose it. And as a writer, that used to happen to me a lot too. you know, um, when my son was younger and I was in college and I started taking a lot of writing classes. And then I started to write my first book, and I would pull over the second book, not so much the first. I would pull over on a shoulder on a highway to write something down that I wanted to add to the storyline. And my son used to get annoyed because, what are you doing? But if I didn't do that, I would forget it. So this is what I do here. I don't research things. Everything I talk about here is personal experiences that I've gone through, but sometimes I want to emphasize certain points, so I have like an outline that I just look at so that I can share with you and not forget the points. So thank you all for being here once again. um, as I stated, well, no, as I started healing, right? And I started this journey to heal. I My grief and pain was so great, and I realized how important it is for me to stay on this journey. And what helped me to realize that if I persevere and I continue going, bite and chew and crawl through, and I don't give up on myself, that I will see the progress. And I took God, as my partner and prayed and asked Him to help me. But God helped me because I helped myself. And one of the things as I started to do this, and it just back and forth. And then it's like riding a bike, and then one day you get up, you ride, and it gets a little bit easier, you know. And what I've learned is that as I continue to stay on the path to heal, I started to experience peace, inner peace, self love, self care. Self love led to self care. Self care led to inner peace. And the inner peace that I experience and have right now, I wouldn't give that up for nothing in this world. And that's the topic of this discussion today. When you have inner peace, you don't allow too much to, bother you. Like, I'm unbothered by a lot of things that used to have me on edge from the past. I don't take in drama, negativity, toxicity, all the stuff that you see on a reality television show or that I see around me. I just don't take that in. And I have learned, as I'm still healing, how to look at things from a different perspective instead of how I looked at it before in the past. Getting upset about things. I still do. I'm human, but I deal with it differently, because conflict and drama, all these things, sometimes for me, the resolution is to walk away. That's important, people. The resolution is to walk away from it, because if you sit and you try to resolve it other ways, and I always start with establishing boundaries so that people don't cross them. And when they keep crossing them and crossing them, and I keep having those conversations about it, well, the conversations are not working because they're being dismissive and they keep crossing those boundaries. So the resolution at that point for me is to walk away. And as I do so, people get mad, they get upset about it. But you know what it is I'm learning is some people don't take me seriously because the way I speak, the way I present, I don't have to act crazy and be what people want me to be. Some of them are negative stereotypes. I have always been taught by my mother that it's important to address myself well and to be a woman. I get upset about things too, but I deal with them differently. And when I try and people keep being dismissive of me, or dismissing my boundaries, the resolution for me is to walk away, leave people where they are, and walk away and continue to stay on this journey and path to heal. Because I'm not taking the grief with me. I'm not taking the anxiety, the drama, and all of that, because I have done a lot of work to heal. And that means all that work is down the drain if I allow this kind of toxicity back into my life. And peace is better, So when a few others, in my case, I address it from my point of view, like my personal experiences. When a few others notice that I was healing, they see that I'm at peace and I'm unbothered by the noise around me. I'm unbothered by the situation. Sometimes they try to come back to disturb my peace, by trying to create some type of drama or negativity in my life, you know, simply because, I decided to walk away. I decided that I'm not going to argue with folks. I'm not going to spin on a wheel, and I'm not going to do drama. I'll try. Yeah, I'll give it my best shot, and I'll go above and beyond, to help with the situation, to come to a compromise so that we can work things out. But it takes two. And when the other person wants it their way or the highway, I definitely take that highway, because the highway for me at that point is the resolution. Sometimes the signs are showing me that the resolution is to walk away from this, because I'm not getting anywhere and I'm never going to settle. We have to come to a understanding, the meeting of the mind, so to speak. And when a person is unwilling to do that, then it's a lost cause. And sometimes when a person see at that point, because all the time they haven't taken me seriously, that I have seriously walked away and I'm done with it, they get mad, and then they try to make some noise around me, try to create some drama and some negativity. And I continue to tune out that noise. I'm unbothered by it, and if it gets to be something that they do they shouldn't be doing, then it's time to go that extra length, cops, restraining orders, you know, whatever is necessary at that point. But I'm unbothered because I have healed those hurts that those situations have brought to my life. And when you have gone through a lot of loss, like I said, during a shutdown, I lost about 10 people, including my mother, my dog. You can go back to some videos and hear the story, but and friends. And when people are just dying around you, just like that, it changes your life. I know it changed mine in a way that, hey, life is short. We are all on borrowed time, and tomorrow is never promised to us. If we wake up, I thank God. Thank you for letting me see another day, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us, and we are all on borrowed time here. And I take that seriously, and I don't have time to engage in negativity. I've just changed my life for the better. And some people feel some kind of way about that, but that's on them. It's not on me. I call that an OPP, other people's problems, which are no has nothing to do with me. And some people just don't want to see people heal and do better. And like I said in a prior video, some people just don't want to see me win. They just want to see me broken down, busted, and disgusted, and pain, hurting. And as I stay on the path also with my therapist, I'm learning that this is not okay. you know. And if the signs are showing me over and over again that this is what someone wants for my life, it doesn't matter who they are. They don't belong in my life. It could be family. It could be, you know, a business situation. It could be a love interest or whatever it is. It doesn't belong in my life if it's not for my better, if it's not for my highest good, is the way I'm going to say that. If it doesn't uplift and it's not for my highest good, then it doesn't belong in my life. And as I said on this channel before, even with relationships, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic one, it could be friendships, etc. If it's not um, bringing you peace, if it's not uplifting you, you know, if it's bringing hell to you, then it's not for your highest good. And for me, I walk away from that. You know, I would try to address the issues. I would try to address these issues. And, you know, I've learned through therapy and healing to say how I feel and not to let these things slide because it can create resentment in me, within me. And I don't want that because I've done a lot of work on myself, you know, and I'm still doing work. And if, you know, that's a place where people are, because some people are not on a healing journey yet, and that's okay. They have to make that decision. But I refuse to allow myself to be dragged back into a place of drama and toxicity and etc. I'm not doing any of that, and it doesn't matter how people feel about it. That's not my problem. My problem is to, my concern rather, is to self love and to invest in myself so that my mental and physical health is good and I can take care of myself, you know, not just taking care of myself, but love myself enough that I know that certain issues in my life I have to heal, especially the inner child wounds, you know, from trauma and experiences as a child and so forth, you know. And I really am proud of the fact that I recently, you know, shared some things with my therapist and it really helped me because it's an outlet for the pain. As I said, you know, we got to find ways to heal ourselves. And as you get on a bandwagon to do therapy, you know, you start to put the pieces of the puzzle together, you know, because these things don't come with a manual, you know. But the first place that I've started is therapy, and I'm just glad that today I'm still doing so, you know. And I'm proud of myself that regardless of this noise that a few others from the past are doing to try to get my attention, I'm not tuning into it. And I stand firm with my feet planted on the ground about my self investment to heal and to stay on this path and journey to heal my pain and to self care and self love. We all need to self love, you know, because as I always say, if you don't love yourself, how do you expect anybody else to love you? What do you have to give to anybody if you don't love you and you don't take care of you? It's also important that we take me time every day, regardless of, you know, we probably all have busy schedules, and I know I do, but I make a point to take me time, even if it's an hour, you know, just to myself. And it's important that we do that. We pamper ourselves, you know, love ourselves, because once you love yourself, you self care, you know you're worth it. And if things and situations are coming in your life that's not adding or enhancing it, you know, what I do with it is that, is it worth my time? You know, if it's not enhancing or improving my life, you know, I look to remove it because you know, I just look to remove these things. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at some notes to make sure that I'm covering everything that I wanted to talk about here today. Um, you know, and I just tune out. I'm unbothered by it, and I just keep moving, keep going. And I have my days like last night. I was so exhausted. You know, I just felt really tired, and so I went to bed earlier than I normally do. And when I woke up this morning, I felt a lot better. So it showed me, hey, I need to get some rest. And the old version of myself would just try to stay up longer, but I really needed to rest. So when you feel that you need that, do what's necessary to take care of yourself, you know. And also, guys, Here's what I learned also so far on this path. I used to, when I would be working on specific projects and doing things and things were going good or something excited happened, I would be so happy like a kid in a candy store, right? And I would be sharing all these things with other people. Guess what? You know, one of the people would be my mother when she was here. My mom would really truly be happy for me. But I had to learn to keep my business to myself because not everybody is happy for for the good things that's happening. Some people don't want to see me win. Some people are envious. Some people are jealous. And I use the word envy a lot because envy is a little different from jealous. Because people envy is when somebody something good is happening or etc. and people don't think you deserve it. And the nerve of people with that. And what I've learned is to keep my business to myself. And I did a video let's see, maybe 4 or 5 days ago about taking back your power. And it was important that I did that because I was giving my power away because I was so busy being subservient to other people because I don't like conflict and I don't like friction. And I was just letting people have their way. And as I started to heal and to learn why I was doing that through therapy, I started to take my power back, and stop allowing people to play God in my life because, you know, people don't have a right to play God in your life. Tell you when to go to bed, tell you when to get up, tell you what you are worthy of and what you're not worthy of. Only God has that position. Because I didn't get the memo that anybody else has that. And I just tune that stuff out, and I just took my power back, closed the door with people who don't want to, like, just, when you have issues with them, let's work this out, resolve it. And like I said, my resolution was to walk away. And some of these people, they, like, what? Because I'm no longer the old version of myself and how I used to be. And this new Lisa is just not having it. I'll try something a few times to work things out. And when a person is rigid and stubborn and, being in their ego, in a place of ego, I'm just going to leave them where they are and I'm going to move on because I know I deserve better. And as you guys get on this journey to heal, tell yourself, I deserve the best. When you get up in the morning, thank God for waking you up, have that coffee or whatever that gets you going in the morning. Look in that mirror and tell yourself, regardless of how I feel today or what's going on with my day, I am worth it. you know Never allow anyone to make you feel any different. When I was in high school and I graduated, in my yearbook my English teacher wrote, Mr. Krell was his name, Lisa, never sell yourself short. And I looked at that, and at the time I really didn't understand what that meant until I started going through all these different things in life, and I understood what that meant. And what that meant to me is never um, to allow anyone to make me feel worthless or like that they are above me and I'm below them, you know, and also never to be allow anyone to make me a negative stereotype. I'm gonna add that to this because sometimes people will try to make me a negative stereotype because of their belief of how they think I should be and etc. And I am being my authentic self, and I'm not putting on airs or whatever. And when people are in that space, they're in a space of that's negative. That's also toxicity. And I just leave people there, let them feel what they feel, and I keep it moving. And then, if it gets to, you know, unhuman things bother me, I just go in prayer with God about it and ask God to remove certain burdens from me. And He does that as I continue to stay on this path. Because let me tell you this, I won't share too much, but I will share this with you. One of the vows I made to God that if He helped me out of that situation I was so depressed, so much in anxiety from losing all these people that were really truly in my life before, in situations that I said, if you help me, God, I'm going to pay it forward. And one of the ways I am paying it forward is by being on this channel to share with other people. Because someone who I knew about 2 years ago, he encouraged me. He was a business owner, and he was telling me some things about himself and how he got sick, and things happened. And when I found out that he committed suicide, and I was just devastated behind learning that. And no one needs to be in a place like that. There's help out here. No one has to be in a place where they feel so much despair and pain that they have to take themselves out of here. I don't want to hear any of that. And if anyone feels like that, you need to please pick up the phone, get help. Help is out there. And one of the places to start with depression and anxiety and those things, because I've had that, and trigger grief moments, is with therapy. Google a therapist in your area and talk to a few so that you can see which one you connect with and start from there. And do things to uplift your spirit so you don't stay in a place of depression. The weather's getting nice now. Go out into nature. You have a pet, spend time with the pet. Do volunteer work at your favorite charity. Do things to uplift your spirit. Music, a bubble bath, you know, get your hair done, your nails, pedicure, whatever it is, get things that really help you, that lift your vibration, because you are worth it, and that's the message that I'm leaving with you guys today. Um, and just keep moving on. And what I was saying before I leave today is about keeping my business to myself, because I could be sharing information with haters, not knowing that someone is a secret hater. And the more that they learn, the more they try to sabotage it. So I keep my business to myself, and I may share things after the fact, after it comes to fruition, not before. And that's the way I live my life today. I'm very careful as to who I allow into my space, because someone could be coming in, to sabotage things, and I try to look at people for who they are and not how I think they should be. So that's the message today. It's important to be at peace and to keep your peace, and take your power back. For me, it's better to be at peace than in pieces. I will be back tomorrow with a new message. Please leave some comments. Tell me what you guys want to hear. Let me know how these videos are helping you, and continue to show up here, because some people don't like sharing their business and what they're going through with others. So you can come here, listen to the videos, and be encouraged, be uplifted. That's the key factor here, to shed love and light and know that you matter. Well, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. It's a nice day. Enjoy the weather. And I can't give you a time, but please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. And as you subscribe, when I come on, you'll get a notification that I'm here. Thank you again, and have a great day, guys. Bye for now.